look, and we're active, and it feels like a very good day. It feels like a great day to be doing what we're doing. Ooh, it tastes good too. I'm gonna bring this closer. I have I can. I have lilikoi next to me. I'm using it to gloss my lips and also sweetly eat from for today's live. Yum. All right. Stick around, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun already. Just fine. Fine. All right, let's see if we can get this going. Exactly. It looks great. I love what I do, and I love you. Okay. All right, this is beautiful. It looks like it's working. I'm so glad to see everybody. Welcome in. Exactly. We are in absolute alignment. The time is. I'm so glad to see everybody. Welcome in. Exactly. We are in absolute alignment. The time is currently, or was 1:11 when we first got started. We had 3 viewers at the time that I flipped over to this 3. So we are absolutely in alignment, and I'm just so grateful for what's about to come through for today. Not a lot of people know about Oracle, but they see it. Meaning, like, even though they are aware of it, they don't really know about what's really taking place when Oracle readings happen. And I love to stand, I wonder, ooh, Capricorn. Let's pull it. And I love to stand ready to provide clarity on the matter because it gives us more of a a window into realizing that we are magical. We are magical. Like magical things happen, but there is actually something swirling within us that allows us to make things take place as well. And being able to find out about those modalities, being able to figure out how to utilize them is something that not everybody is talking about or teaching. And I find myself very elated to open up on the topic. So, within our Metaphysicians Bible, the Capricorn is the 10th house. That's December 22nd to January 19th. And the characteristics are ambitious, status, structure, goals, long-term plans, prestige, achievements, time, the public life, and the role you play in society, how the foundation of the personally shows up in the outside world. Career and authority. So, I feel like that is very relevant right now because a lot of us are putting our best foot forwards. We're literally trying to make our heavens on earth, a thing, a tangible thing. I myself am working not only for myself, but for a collective of other creatives and magical people who are trying to establish their heavens here on earth. So congratulations to us because we are, in fact, in real time putting our best foot forward. And at the same time, I love this. I love this new system. And at the same time, paying attention to how we're showing up in the world. Paying attention to how we've prepared ourselves, how we've readied ourselves, deciding on what types of material we want to dive into and share, deciding what parts of ourselves creatively we want to be freely expressed, right? We stand as a example of what free authenticity looks like in the world. I stand as a reflection of the best parts of you, and you can feel it, and it excites you. And then we both share atmospheres, and I become that necessary reflection in your life at that time to inspire and motivate you to also be your truest, authentic, creative self out loud and in front of the world. Hence that, let's go back to the Capricorn. Hence that ambitious, structured, long-term planned, prestige, like all of that, the career and authority, the public life, and the role you play in society, how the foundation of the personality shows up in the outside world, right? Well developed. Me personally, well, I guess that's irrelevant, but yes, that's what we're about to do. We're about to go on a journey where we are showing up as our best self. We're about to go on a journey where we're not only showing up as our best self, but we are showing up with what we have prepared. Exactly, confirmation. It's like this whole time we've been in the ooh. Exactly, confirmation. It's like this whole time we've been in the ooh. This whole time we've been in the, I don't like the terms that a lot of tarot readers use, like the hermit mode and stuff like that. I feel like we can evolve from that, but we've been in our sanctuaries, I would say. I feel like that's a better suited explanation of, you know, where we're spending our time, especially when we're working on passion projects. We're spending a lot of our time in our sanctuaries. So all of the time that we spend in our sanctuaries working on our passion projects is being called forward. And in addition to showing that we are ready to present our passion projects, we also have to be a reflection of its evolution. You know, so the whole situation that goes along with that is what's happening with me. Thus, as a reflection, it's also happening within the universal collective. And so if you resonate with the messages that come forward in that essence, then pick up and put down. And what I mean by that is when you hear something that resonates, when you hear something that feels like it was intended specifically for you, then take hold of it. Take it as yours because it's your allotment. That's why you're here. That's why you've been energetically drawn to the space for whatever reason. So take what you feel belongs to you, and whatever you feel does not apply to your situation or your spirit or your needs at the time, then just put it back for someone else to grab. So it's picking up and putting down, I like to say. All right, so what we're going to do is go through the lineup. If you've been in my lives before, you guys know we have a lineup that I love. I love it because it's beautiful and it's loving. So the lineup is the collective. We'll do a collective read, meaning pull cards, and the message, just like I said, is applicable to everyone that decides to stay. And you pick up and you put down based off of what resonates. And then after our collective read, we move to the Zodiac specifics. Our Zodiac specifics is like another collective, but it's directed to a specific zodiac sign. And if you know anything about your zodiac sign or the zodiac trinity or the astrology in general, then take the reading and apply it to wherever you are dominant in that specific zodiac sign that we're reading on. So, and then after the zodiacs is when we get into the personals. That's why a lot of people come to the lives, because they love the personals because of how on point they are, and how we get to all experience, you know, what magic looks like in real time. You know, magic is nothing but energetic manipulation, being able to move and conduct energy, to manipulate it on your own, through your own, you know, powers within. And so it's beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse the space. I'm going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to see what the first card out is for our collective read. My hollers. That's crazy you say that. I was doing it and 1 hour ago. What were you doing an hour ago, Devin? Or Divine? What were you doing an hour ago? Tell me. What were you doing an hour ago? Let me see if I can move the mic a little closer while I'm getting my situation. Maybe I can hang it in my hair. Does it look crazy? I'm going to try to hang it in my hair. Energy manipulation. Nice. In what way? In what way? Because, you know, energy manipulation is pretty broad. People move nature, like weather, or, you know, communicate with plants. People move items. People cause situations to occur because they've encoded their internal universe to read that. Look at that, bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness. Y'all saw I did not do anything other than exist. And that's why I love this, because we get to see that the larger, more beautiful energy in charge, who a lot of us like to call Source, is so loving that she shows up in real time to be able to interact with us, to be able to guide us, to be able to protect us, to be able to provide for us. And all we have to do is ready our spirits and our energies to receive that guidance, that protection, and that provision, and that's it. And then through that, we learn how to operate our internal modalities. We learn how to utilize our magic. And we get to see it happen in real time. We get to use it for ourselves, and we get to use it for the world. And so it's so beautiful. Healing and element. Yeah, I do all weather, all that. That's so cool. Because that says that you are capable of mirroring your environment. That's how communication happens, when you're able to absorb and read and reflect, you know, the energetic structure of another something, whether that be a being or an element of our reality, nature, water, and elemental. All right, let's do this. I'm excited to see what cards are going to come out, guys, in real time. All right, first card out is our topic of discussion. So remember, our collective reads are all about allowing Spirit to bring forth a message that is applicable to all of us in some kind of way. What is it right now that Spirit would like to bring to our awareness or inform us about or provide for us, so forth and so on. Let's see. First card out, the body. The body is being called forward. What's happening with our body? This could be an energetic body, but I automatically feel like it's the physical body. Something about our physical, the manifestation of our physical being, because, you know, we're spiritual beings first. And what happens and what we create of ourselves as spiritual beings is what literally encodes and physically manifests our physical beings. So interesting if we want to like deep dive into all of that, because there are different realms and films of universal experiences, and depending on where we are within our consciousness will determine which portion or variation of ourselves is existing within that realm, because we have to energetically and physically match our environment. And that opens up a whole nother, you know, level of discussion, which is really beautiful. Ooh, oh my goodness, the body. Okay, all right. Interesting. I never like being told no. All right, our first card is gold, riches, and money. Not the first card, but the card to follow our first card, which was the body. So gold, riches, and money is us knowing first that gold is a natural element within our essence. It has been scientifically proven that gold is not a natural element of the Earth's essence, but it exists within the human being's essence and is naturally developed within the human being's essence. And science has also brought to our awareness that gold, when it does appear within the Earth's atmosphere and, you know, natural embodiment, it has come from outside of the Earth's natural atmosphere. I love it. Thank you so much for the reassurance. Communication is happening. So the reason I bring that up, thank you so much, is to let us know that the condition of our body is what allows us to develop that gold within. And that gold within is truly what animates that God atom. If you know anything about gold and how it's activated and how it interacts with other elements around it, you'll know that it is, in fact, a generator of its own, an activator. It activates the avatar. And that's why in every nation across the world, you'll find that gold is of the highest of value in trade. So, because of all of the things that can be done with gold. But the point is, our bodies are the natural generators of this element. And that's the first element in this card, the gold. And then after the gold, you have the riches. And I say the riches because riches doesn't always mean money. Riches can be your access to abundance. Riches can be your health. Riches can be your wealth and network and connectivity within self and the information of the all. You know, it's a lot broader than just monetary exchange. But then right after riches, you have monetary exchange. So it's like these energies show up in proper order of value, because anything can be assigned as a form of monetary exchange like money. But real riches, real wealth is something that cannot be quantified, but only experienced and witnessed. And then that which experiences and witnesses real wealth is gold, because we are the gold, right? So again, the condition of our body is what allows us to generate these things. And remember, I said I never like being told no, but you know, I grow and I accept, and I find myself in a space of bravery and strength to be able to take on whatever situations are, you know, my responsibility moving forward. So the reason I said that is because the next card out is a big fat no. Like, what is happening, Spirit? Especially when we're talking about gold, riches, and money. Like, what is going on? But I like the fact that we have a little bit of a window to figure out like what is going on. And what's going on is the body. Right? So you see how quickly our nervous system and our mind just focused in on the possibilities around gold, riches, and money, and not necessarily what the focus was, which was the body. So if we, as gods within, can be sovereign and take care of our body and ensure that its condition allows us to generate these things in this proper order of operation, then we don't have to worry about this. But I'm going to keep pulling because I really want to know what the full situation, the full spectrum of this message is really trying to tell us in this collective read. Because what? I could be, you know, what I like to do in my personal reads, if you guys are ever interested in booking a personal read with me, is I will allow all of the cards to come out first, and then I'll give a full reading of it. And then I'll take a picture of it. And then I'll write my notes down, and then I'll show you the cards. That way you can see in real time the message that has come out. You can see in real time how I have interpreted the message that comes out. And then you can see how it mirrors how you are experiencing your personal life. It's like all of this alignment is everything but coincidental. All of this alignment is something that I need to be paying attention to. All of this alignment is energetically not the same thing as what I'm used to experiencing in the mundane world. You know, in my day-to-day practices and my day-to-day experiences with other people, I'm not feeling like I'm in the midst of a whimsical reality. I want this all the time. Why can't I have this all the time? You absolutely can. Isn't that one of the riches that we were talking about? You know, just by ensuring that the body, which is the temple of the divine energy within you that allows you to conduct these things, just ensuring that the body is in the right conditions for the type of reality that you want to experience. Oh my goodness, look at the cards that have come out. Remember, we were talking about being the captains of our own ships. Sovereignty. Sovereignty is self-governance, self-delineation, self-sufficiency. And if you know yourself, if you're self-aware and you love yourself, and you're being sovereign within self, then that means that you are ensuring that your body is in the necessary conditions for what is always being asked. But we had another card come out. Celebrity. Imagine. This feels like a lot of attention on you. This feels like a lot of attention on you. This feels like for a very intentional for a very divinely orchestrated reason, you have a lot of attention on you, especially with sovereignty being the card that comes out before celebrity, because sovereignty is a tool of freedom. Shh. Sovereignty is a tool of freedom. Sovereignty is freedom, even though there are a lot of responsibilities and there's a lot of, experiential weight in sovereignty. It's freedom. A lot of people think freedom is just, we don't have to go there. But it's very interesting that celebrity comes out right behind sovereignty. I'm going to keep pulling these cards because I can continue to read along the way and conclude, but it's getting very thick. It's getting very thick energetically. It's like these are very deep subjects that are coming forward. Gold, riches, money, sovereignty, the body, celebrity. Like these are not, everyday cards. I have over 135 cards. Fast, detox, and release. Right behind celebrity. Fast detoxing and releasing can mean a bunch of things, but remember the topic of discussion, our first card out was the body. So not only can we be sovereign within self, and decide to apply the call for fasting, detoxing, and releasing to all of the elements and aspects of our life, right? Release relationships that are not in our best interest, release weights and anxieties that are keeping us held down energetically from ascending and being our best selves, release bad habits, release negative thinking patterns, fast from taking in things that are not in your best interest, detox energetically, cleanse your energetic body, spiritual baths. There are a lot of ways that we can look at this card and apply it by being our sovereign selves, which we should. But when we're dissecting a message, we want to always go back to the first card, to the subject matter, because these are very important messages that are coming from the divine. So the subject matter is the body. So let us be big people and conclude that if we're being asked to fast, detox, and release, it's probably so that we can get our body in order. Imagine what's happening inside the body right now where there is an imbalance, there is a dis-ease that is keeping us from embodying our sovereignty. Because remember, no came out right before sovereignty, and no came out right after gold, riches, and money. And gold, riches, and money came out right after the body. And remember, celebrity came out right after sovereignty. So if something is happening within our energetic and physical body that's keeping us from embodying our sovereignty and stepping forward in the light that we know that we are divinely orchestrated to sit in, then when we're being called to fast, detox, and release, energetically and physically, then we need to start paying attention to what we're taking in, what we have been taking in, what we consciously and subconsciously are taking in, because it's affecting the physical body from being able to be energetically and physically what it needs to be, so that we can step into our gold, riches, and money. We can step into our real wealth, And even if you did have all the gold, riches, and money, obviously, we've heard this 1,000 times, that does not mean that you are happy, right? If I can run, I am joyful. Oh my goodness, I said it yesterday. I just took off running and said to myself, I'm going to run because I have legs, bro. Like, imagine something happens tomorrow and I don't have my legs. Do you know how many times I would find regret because of how many days I let go by because I was not running? It's like all them days I had my legs. Imagine, I could have been running. I could have been recording the fact that I was running and remembering and sitting in beautiful memory of such a gift of being able to run. So in a realm of reality of consciousness that we are not able to remove ourselves from, and I hope that we don't want to, it's best to experience that at its highest potential. And that's being able to utilize your natural modalities, your physical body, your senses, and the relationship between you and your surroundings, your true family, your real community. That's the real gift. That's the real gold, riches, and money. Imagine The little things and the joy that it brings. All right, let's finish pulling these cards, because what's happening? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? No, that's it. That's it for this collective reading. It's very simple, but it's very rich. It's very deep. And if it's for you, then find gratitude, accept it, and go into your sanctuary and do the necessary. Go into your kitchen and do the necessary. Go into your bathroom and do the necessary. Whatever. Because this is pretty heavy. These things are pretty heavy. Sovereignty, wealth, money, gold, and celebrity. Psh, look what just flew out. Fruits. The fruits of your labor. Developing for you all the things that you need to be proficient. Putting you in the spaces where you are called to be, because it is natural to you, because it is your inheritance, it is your natural allotment, because it makes sense, and it is it's what we need. Who doesn't need fruit? If I can, fruit, look, oh my goodness. Let me show y'all, I really want to show you. Another card flew out, just like the fruits flew out. This is what I'll be talking about. I thought it was a bug, oh my goodness. This is what I be talking about when I say magic happens in real time. So you see how fruits flew out in the wind when I was talking about these heavy subjects here. And all of this is good, in your best interest, right? Especially if you have like a divine mission. Hello. Right? But then another card flew out. Let me get out of your face. Another card flew out. And it landed on top of the body card, which was the topic of discussion. And guess which card it was? I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. So the body is at dis-ease. There is an infection. There is a disturbance. There is something that you need to truly purge within the body right now that's keeping you from aligning yourself with what you're supposed to be doing, with what you're supposed to be receiving. Oh, it's like an energetic blockage. I heard the illness itself, the dis-ease itself was an energetic projection. Because remember, I said this is really thick. These subject matters are really big, are really important. And so energetic opposition, which is natural, new levels, new devils kind ting, right? This is not everybody. Everybody doesn't resonate with what's happening in these cards. But this is really thick. So energetic opposition is going to come around. You can't show up, right? If you are dying within, okay? You cannot generate the gold, riches, and money within, like we were talking about, because the monatomic gold that's naturally developed inside of the human body is a thing, right? Remember we were talking about that when it first came out, right behind the body? You can't do that if there is an illness taking place, if all of your body members are busy trying to eject a toxicity. Sovereignty is self-governance, self-delineation, self-sufficiency. You can't even think properly when there is parasitic involvement. That's why they say that the modern day zombie is the one that's eating fast food. I didn't say that. Anyway, everything I say to you, I say to myself. So this message in some kind of way is also for me, right? There's love all around. That's why I can not have to take life so seriously, because I know that. And remember, if you guys have been here since I started pulling the cards, remember I said at the beginning of the read, I don't like receiving no, right? Remember this no card came out? I don't like receiving no, but I find myself strong enough, brave enough to take on whatever assignment or whatever challenge I'm called to take on, because that's my mission, and it is what it is. It wouldn't have been assigned to me if I were not capable enough to be victorious. The only struggles I'll have in the process is dealing with myself. And when we're talking about fasting and detoxing and releasing, that's the mind. When you're really trying to fast, it's the mind and the parasites within you that are screaming. Your body's fine. Your body can take care of itself. But we put our body in a space of dis-ease. We're not in alignment with ourselves. And how we became in a space of dis-ease and not in alignment with ourselves was not brought out in the cards. That was not the subject matter. The subject matter is now we have a situation on our hands, and it's very important because you have some very thick and important things at your door. So I needed to address this right away, and I'm not playing games with you, is what this feels like with this strong no. Are you kidding me? Do you remember how I felt when the no came out right behind gold, riches, and money? Oh my goodness, I don't like it. I don't like it. What's going on? Let's fix this situation right away. Let's call the plumber. It's me, I'm the plumber. I've come to fix your sink. So applicable. Why? Because gold, riches, and money energetically is parallel to water. And our waterways, our currents, our banks. I've come to fix your sink. Let's go. So yeah, let's get our bodies out of a state of dis-ease. Something's taking place. All of this alignment in this message, all of the alignment in the cards is irrefutable. Even the way that they flew out through nature's expression. I got these cards stacked right over here beautifully. Over 135. And you mean to tell me the ones that nature intended to blow out, where they blew out, at the time that they blew out was coincidental? Stop playing with me. That is why you stay in that realm. That is why you're not able to play with magic. You can't sit with us. I'm telling you, it's an energetic thing. They don't know me. Knowing is something that you feel and have certainty of from within. So if you don't feel and have certainty of your connection with the divine within, then what is it that you're denying about yourself within? It's keeping you from interacting like you should. It's keeping your body, mind, spirit in a state of dis-ease. Because magic is real. Remember, before we even pulled the first card that was at the bottom of the deck, have y'all been here with me? And it's beautiful. I love it. Let's see. Let's ask. Is there more? Remember, I was just ranting. And I was like, watch. We're going to pull some more cards, and it's going to be about something. And I don't remember what I said. Oh, the energetic projection is what I said. I said, this feels like energetic projection, ill-intended energetic projection upon you during a time when you have very thick things at your door. So we're going to roll the die and see if we can pull more cards on this subject matter, even though we kind of close out the collective. No, the answer is no. Our job and our focus at this time collectively is to address the dis-ease within our body. Address the dis-ease within our body, because do not forget with this heavy no, we have very important, very big, thick, well-rounded, and abundant things at our door. Stop playing with me. Right away. Do this right away. Like right now. Like if you're still in the room, grab a piece of paper or open up your phone and open up the notes like right now. And write the first thing you can think of that you're taking in that's probably causing your body dis-ease right now. As a matter of fact, put it in the comments, bro. I'm going to put mine in the comments because y'all think I'm playing. This is the power of magic. When we all agree that there is something to take hold of and we act upon it collectively, energetically, at the same time, we recode the collective consciousness. More beings start to feel what we're doing. More beings start to feel that we believe ting ting. I mean, it is what it is. You're here. I'm here. So everything, everywhere, all at once. There's space for everything, everywhere, and all at once. So you honor it. If you know, you know. Anyway. What is mine? I'll take it. Perfect. All right, so our commission is to address our fast, detox, and release right away. No hesitation, no demonstration. So let's go. All right, now, thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit, for being the perfect guidance, protection, and provision of what we needed in this time with that 444 Mahala's. Thank you so much. Gratitude up and down all around. All right. Peer pressure. Ooh. Peer pressure is a nice one. Because that peer pressure is something else that umbrellas something deeper rooted. And so if you can figure out what elements of peer pressure are triggering you to sacrifice your best interest, then you can see which parts of yourself are insecure and underdeveloped. And then you can start to nurture that part of yourself, kiss on that part of yourself, learn about the history of what happened to that fracture, that insecurity, and then heal that with your reasoning, with your maturity, with your wisdom. Offer up for yourself grace, and then empower yourself on top of all of that with how you want to move forward. Now, common knowledge versus common good. Ooh. Ooh. See, that's interesting. I like that you said that, because common good is subjective. Meaning, for me, that there are many perspectives about what the common good is. There are many perspectives about what healthy is for one being. And then common knowledge is also, it could be this or that, because there are so many different types of realms of environments and the elements that come along with those environments that kind of lead a pathway of what we're taking in to be knowledge. You know, what do you know about? And what you know about is a product of what you have experienced. So common, I find out every day being on a tropical island that common is not so common. All right, guys, we are going into the Zodiac specific reads now. That was a beautiful collective. The Zodiacs are going to be fun. The first Zodiac, or the Zodiac that we're going to do for the Zodiac pool, is the first Zodiac in the comments. So first Zodiac to come up in the comment section is the one that we'll pull for. Bia, bia. Bia, bia. First Zodiac in the comment section is the one that we will pull for. Free yourself. Capricorn, thank you so much for your engagement. It makes me feel like I have a reflection that I can be magical in front of and positively, energetically influence and equipped. Because every realization, every new perspective opens up a window within your and within my web of awareness, of conscious collective awareness, like the information embodied or the information put inside of the library of the all. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. Okay, so who am I? I am beautiful. You are. I affirm it. I know y'all could probably see this card. Oh my goodness. Did you guys saw me shuffle all these cards? I usually shuffle only 3 times. And I shuffled like almost 6, or I shuffled. And this card has come out again. And the topic of discussion for our Zodiac specific read is Capricorn. So since this card came out, let's go back to the Metaphysician's Bible and look at the elements of the Capricorn. I love this. Capricorn, the 10th zodiac, December 22nd to January 19th. Let's see, characteristics: ambitious, status, structure, goals, long-term plans, prestige, achievements, and time, career and authority, the public life and the role you play in society, how the foundation of the personality shows up in the outside world. All right. The first card out for our Capricorn zodiac is dis-ease. It's like, what is really taking place? There is a real infection that is, like, I got this Lilikoi here. If you guys have ever had Lilikoi, it's so good. But it's got these seeds inside of it. It's just like, look at that. Crazy antioxidants. I'm just going to take this really quickly to cleanse the energy. I enrich every atmosphere. All right. Capricorn. So the parts of us that is ambitious. Imagine. Oh, I wish I had the cards from earlier. Our ambition, let me open this back up. Our structure, stability, discipline. Our prestige, how we're showing up. Our reputation. Our time management. Our sufficiency. Our ability to achieve our goals. Our public life. All of these things being energetically impacted. There is a dis-ease around it. Oh my goodness. It's okay though, right? Right? When we first opened up, we are capable, we are strong enough to take on whatever. I think your hair looks great, all around beautiful. Thank you so much, Jessie. I did it myself. It's been cut a couple of times. Let me show and tell. It's been cut a couple of times just so I can, take care of it. But I've had it for, December 10th will be 9 years. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's going on? What's going on? Were you guys here when we did? Please, if you're here in this room, were you here when we did the first collective read? Just put a 1 in the comments. Because what is going on? How long does it take? Thank you so much. How long does it take to do hair up like that? That's a very big question. Okay, so if you weren't here for the first read, oh my gosh, right away. If you weren't here, okay, Trill, you are my witness. I was. Nick, you were here too? Okay, y'all are witnesses. Remember dis-ease for the body. right? The first read. And now the second, and how it was impacting our ability to generate within the gold, riches, and money, you know, to bring our abundance to us, to create and generate and recognize our abundance within and outside of us, like all the things. Look at the cards that came out. The first card that just flew out. What is going on? And we're talking about this is a zodiac specific pull. I have over 135 cards. This is not a coincidence. Like, you guys, if you're here and you're receiving this and you're bearing witness to what's taking place, it's for you in some kind of way. So accept it. Accept it and really take it into your sanctuary, because what's happening is really important. This is the money card. Look at the coinage and the dollar signs. And it's just falling all over the place. My card has faded a little bit, but this is wild. The next card out is the Scorpio. What do we know about 8? Death and rebirth, infinite. And then the next card out, 1 to 3 days. This is a card of duality, because the 1 and 3 together, if you know anything about numerology, exactly, infinity, infinite. If you know anything about numerology, the 13 is a representation of what happens in love, because 1 and 3 together is 4, which is the foundation, which is home, which is the original space of nurture and care and provision and protection, the Cancer. So greetings, welcome in. So 1 to 3 days is not only a timetable, but it's also an arrow at it being a connection to our love life, which is interesting, our heart space. So let's see. Yeah, in reverse. So not only is there a timetable connected to it, but it's also in relation to our heart space. That's wildness. Remember, I said, it's even in the comments for those that want to check it out. If you're here, you can see I said that my dis-ease, because everything I say to you guys, I also say to myself. What I feel like I'm taking in that I shouldn't is not putting my best interest first. And yeah, I'm not going to do that. But Capricorn, again, we can go back to it: prestige, status, our ability to structure and have discipline, achieving our goals, like all of the stuff is being impacted by the dis-ease around our energetic and physical body, around and inside of our energetic and physical body. And again, for the Capricorn, if you're coming forward right now, if you're trying to, and then what's crazy is my North Node is Capricorn. Your North Node is the zodiac that you should embody when you're trying to be your best self. Your best self is your Virgo. So crazy. Your best self is your rising sign. My rising sign is Virgo. So in order for me to embody my best self, my Virgo, I have to take on the energetic characteristics of Capricorn, because that's my North Node. And I say my North Node because it is the north trajectory of my sun sign, which is Cancer. So if you know anything about the zodiac wheel, every sign takes up a position on the wheel. And if Cancer is here, then Capricorn is here, the absolute adjacent, the North Node. And so, with Capricorn being called forward and me not ensuring my best interest is being held, that was my dis-ease. And also, oh man, I wish I had those other cards. You guys understand what I'm saying. But our ability to be our best selves and show up in our purposed capacity is being impacted by an energetic and physical disease within our body right now. And with this timetable, it feels like, and I can say for certain, because I speak to myself the same thing that I speak to you, that this 8, this death and rebirth, it's either going to be you deciding to do something about it in this timetable and allow confirmation. Oh, I wish you guys could. Did you hear that in my background? It's either you decide to do something about it within this timetable and allow it to be ejected from you. And let me let y'all into an absolute. I wanted to go this morning. I even said that I want to go on a 3-day fast. Mahalo. Look at the music passing by. She's a queen. That's because I'm standing on my business about what's in my best interest. I love myself, therefore I keep myself happy, healthy, and beautiful. So anyway, this rising, I was talking about going on a 3-day fast because I know that 3 days will be perfect to eject what I'm feeling within. If you guys know anything about the body, you can tell that my thyroid is a little swollen. And you saw me have a cough. Like, magic is real. I can say these things because, like, I'm real. Anyway, magic is real, and I'm big time, and I'm doing big things. And the last thing I want is to have a blockage keeping me away from my abundance because I'm not putting my best interests first. So let's keep pulling on this Capricorn read that is giving us more information about the first pool, the first collective, which is wild. Pick it up and put down, meaning take what resonates and leave for the collective what is not intended for you. Wow, wow, wow. Over 135 cards, and I was born on the 13th. Beautiful. And you got that 444 in your name, free spirit vibe. 4 and 4 and 4 is 12, which is 3, which is perfect alignment. And then to be born on the 13th, which is 1 and 3, 1 being absolute and 3 being alignment, equating to 4, which is the foundation of all things being born through. It's like the way you came in upon the trajectory, like the angle, the zodiacal, energetic, cosmic angle that you were born through into this realm has perfect alignment, meaning what you are intended for and why you're here is divinely orchestrated, is very intentional, because there are all elements, everything, everywhere, all at once. There are all elements of consciousness within our reality, and not everybody is meant for everything. And that's just the way it is. Just like not every element of our reality is the same thing. Not every tree is supposed to be the tallest or the thickest. Everybody's got to do its own thing. March 20th. Look at it. Pivoting too much is disgusting. Thank you guys for allowing me to be authentic and to show you the transparency, peace, and eternal blessings. Gratitude, Aisha. Welcome to the space. And Free Spirit Vibe 444, thank you so much for sharing. It's a beautiful thing that you are. All right. So let's see what else is here in this pool. Oh my goodness. All right. First on the table, justice and loyalty. This feels like a call for being true to self. What's the imbalance, the unbalanced perspective of this? Injustice and disloyalty. Disloyal to yourself, unjust to your body, knowing that you are not your body, but a partner with your physical body, meaning that your energetic essence is in partnership with your physical manifestation. The mind, justice, loyalty, the mind, and balance. Interesting. I see. Okay, so so balance, justice, and loyalty here is giving Libra. It's giving Libra because of the scales. And didn't give me, March 20? It's giving Libra because of the scales. So, especially with Scorpio, listen. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That is out of balance for me to do that, especially since the mic is right here. Okay. I will not do that again. Listen. If you are officiating yourself, Capricorn, if this is obviously the time where you're like putting your best foot forward. Not really all good. Okay. If you're putting your best foot forward, if you're like really coming to the table with what you've got, you're encountering people, you're encountering situations, you're encountering opportunities, and how you either embrace them or allow them to pass you by because they don't feel in alignment is all based upon how you balance your absolutes from within. Meaning, how you determine what is and is not parallel to your best interest. And it feels like with the mind card here in between the justice, loyalty, and balance that the thinking patterns, the thoughts, the reoccurring thoughts, not even just the thinking patterns, but the reoccurring thoughts, like this is the new self. Imagine that you're walking into a version of yourself, because remember, if you guys were here with the first read, you saw the cards sovereignty, you saw celebrity, you saw gold, riches, and money, you saw fruits. All of those things are manifestations and outcomes of you putting in real work, you know? And so if now is the time where you bring all that real work forward, new levels, new devils, Capricorn, the reoccurring thoughts, depending on how you balance them out, will determine, there we go, it will determine how you experience what's about to take place. I'm shaking a little bit because I know what I give to you guys, I also give to myself. And without giving too much information, this is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh read that I've gotten within the last week about what's coming my way. And I'm thankful for this divine guidance, protection, and provision is all I'm going to say. And so, actually, if you're here and you take this to heart enough, I'm going to try to come on live for the next 3 days, because remember that 3-day timetable that came out? The absolutes about allowing this transformation, this death, and this rebirth to take place, about you not putting your best interests at heart, about the dis-ease happening in the energetic and physical body, keeping you from attaining all of this stuff here, right? Keep the strings connected in the web of communication. Look at this. This is the next card that came out, Taurus. What do we already know about Taurus? So 2 is absolute judgment. So imagine 2 energetically and numerologically to be the banging of the gavel in the court. Confirmation. Absolute judgment. And then also a Taurus. Let's open up the Metaphysician's Bible and look at a Taurus. Look at the characteristics and elements of a Taurus. We do this so that we can all learn and witness magic take place in real time, because we're absolute magical beings and we just need to like be rainbows. Anyway, Taurus, the number 2. April 20th through May 20th, according to the Gregorian and tropical zodiac calendar. Characteristics: stable, tenacious, ethical, values, routine, material comfort, sensuality, luxury, and tradition. This coming out right behind balance. So, depending on how we balance our scales in this experience that we're about to have, not only with our new positions, remember, the sovereignty, the celebrity, the fruits, and the gold, riches, and money. And then also the mind, the relationship, the experience that we're about to have with the mind. We can either have this absolute judgment, be balanced or imbalanced. The characteristics of a Taurus can either show up balanced or imbalanced. And it's all going to depend on how we address the necessary death and rebirth in this timetable within this 1 to 3 days. This is wildness. Because it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. It's like it's like I'm reading a message. I don't have to decode. I don't have to guess. It's right in our face. And it's pretty intense, actually. Because it reminds you that your experience is dependent upon you. It reminds you that you have some level of responsibility, and you have a level of control over your experience, your world. Trust your gut. The gut. This is crazy. This is crazy applicable. We're talking about the body being at dis-ease and needing to fast. And the card that Spirit decides to push forward after everything that we've been walking through is trust your gut. Not only is the physical body being called forward, this is like a message of duality. Trust what's in the best interest of your gut. Trust your gut to know what is in its own best interest, right? If you're craving certain things that are not in your best interest, that's not your gut. Those are parasites and infections inside of your gut that are calling for the same things that got them there and will keep them alive. So trust your gut to let you know what is and is not in its best interest. And then also, in regards to this Capricorn read, with this justice, loyalty, and balance, and the mind, trust your intuition, trust your gut when deciding what is and is not in your best interest with this journey that you're about to take. That is inexorable. It's giving the world card. It's giving the world card. Inexorable change that you need to be prepared for within the next 3 days. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Is that not what we're feeling? Scorpio, don't play. This is like, imagine if you were called to evolve. That's what this card is, infinite. We are infinite beings. Infinity. So imagine if you were being called to evolve, to die and be reborn. Absolutely. And you talk about alignment. I found you on my FYP and I'm a Capricorn. My love. That's why I love what I do, because where it goes and who it's for is none of my business, but it's always well intended. And I just get to witness the Most High be that guidance, protection, and provision for not only myself, but the collective in real time. So thank you for saying that. And thank you for following your spirit, trusting your gut, and coming through and chilling for a second. Let's go, Capricorn. Is this reading for Capricorns? Yeah. This is a lesson. Oh my gosh. This is a lesson. Are we not learning right now? And it's just like complete surety that there is more homework that you will receive and more revelation that will come upon you through this experience. Absolutely necessary for what's to come, because what's to come is coming. Remember, inexorable change. It's giving the world card. It resonated hard because I am in a season following my heart and soul, moving away from overthinking. Beautiful. So first of all, the fact that you are a self-aware Capricorn is phenomenal, because you are actively and sovereignly charging forward with like imagine you're carrying, I'll say this, guys, because I don't want to get too controversial, but I really want you to feel what my heart is trying to communicate to you right now, Miss Capricorn. we are in a time where spirit has decided to commune with beings who have decided to commune with spirit. And they have been taken on a journey of not only awareness of what and who they are, but also of what they are to authentically express during this time of world change, during this time of death and rebirth for everyone involved, during this time of restoration, of recycling of energy. And to find yourself in a space, Miss Aisha, where you are honoring that call within says that you are one of the beings that have decided to commune with spirit, and spirit has decided to commune with you. So congratulations for answering the call and for also signing up for and committing to the work that is involved with the necessary ascension of your spirit, and continuing to follow your intuition. Continue to do that and glean from the reading as much as you like. And if your spirit calls you to ask me a question specifically about what's being pulled, I will stop and address it specifically for you. Yeah. Okay, moving away from overthinking. I spent most of my life intellectualizing everything, and it doesn't serve me anymore. Ashe. It feels like both a funeral and celebration all at once. Absolutely, because it's liberation. It's liberation from something that no longer serves you. And now, not only do you have that liberation, but you have that experiential knowledge, so you can sit in this space to be able to advise others who need that same vision, that same clarity, that same realization, you know? Yeah. 1 to 3 days. Enjoy the stars. This feels like a chariot. This feels like victory. But this also feels so I am in a very beautiful space in the world. And where I reside right now allows me to see a clear sky in the night. And I'm so close to the sky. And I can see what's going on up there. And it's stunning. It is so stunning that it's hard to look away from in the night. And that's why I designed this card, because it is a blessing. It is true favor to find yourself somewhere in the world where you can be mesmerized by the natural elements of your experience. And not only just mesmerized, but called into a space of wonder, where you're wondering, you're asking cosmic questions about who you are, what everything is, what it is that you're observing. Like, all of that is time to sit and reflect with the absolute energies within you. It's stunning. And in the nighttime, after the busyness of the day has passed, where you have your peace of mind, your true peace, right? Great. So thank you, gratitude for this. Also, only the stars can hang with the stars. Meaning, like, if you were here for the first read and sovereignty and gold, riches, and money and celebrity and fruits came out, only the stars can hang with the stars. I'm minding my business. I'm just reading cards. So, and then also, the other meaning to this, especially after the cards that we just went through for Capricorn, with you having this journey with your mind, the repetitive thoughts, and what happens in your mental space when they come, balancing out the absolutes within yourself through your experiences, you know, this death and rebirth. To have this enjoy the stars card here at the end of that, after this is a lesson, it feels like a kiss on the forehead, like, you got this. It's going to be a little bit of a work. It's going to be a little taxing. You're going to have the feelings, you're going to have the thoughts, you're going to have the experiences. That's what happens when we fast. You're going to have, the strains, all of the things are going to take place. But you're good. But you're good. So take heart. Oh my goodness. I'm just minding my business. Mahalo. We have the no direction card here. So this feels like Spirit is saying, even when you don't know where to go, even when you don't know what to do, you don't know how to ease the noise. You don't know how to quiet the noise within the mind. You don't know how to ease the discomfort, the dis-ease. You don't know where to start when you are unsure of the next step or where to glean your support. Look at that bottom of the deck. That's why I said you're good at the end of the day. I know I'm good at the end of the day because I'm absolutely going to take hold of this 1 to 3 day commission. Like I don't play games I don't play games when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like you can't. You cannot. Once you put the glasses on, you cannot take them off. Once you have decided to be in a loving relationship with the Most High, you cannot undo that. You cannot undo that. You will be called out every step of the way. Trust me. Trust me. Imagine. What? All right. Let me pull the rest of this read. Imagine. Hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. Excuse me. Hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. Ashe cannot unsee or undo. Absolutely. All right. So let's address this. Thank you. That was fun and pretty. Let's address this no direction card, Spirit. Thank you so much. By the way, for everybody that's in the room, after our Zodiac specific read, we go into personals. So if you would like a personal read right here on the live, you'll have the opportunity to do that. And we'll get into that in a minute. Yay. All right. Look at it. Imagine. I'm getting nervous, guys, because I know what's coming for me. I know what is in the cards for me. And it's very beautiful and it's very big. It's sovereign. It's an inheritance. Anyway. Are you a Capricorn goddess? Lights, Camera, Action is the card that came out behind No Direction. I'm not a Capricorn. I am a Cancer, but my North Node is Capricorn. So it is my responsibility and my best interest to embody the characteristics, the balanced characteristics of Capricorn so that I can show up as my best self. That being my ascendant, my rising sign. So my sun sign is my foundation. My moon sign is my subconscious and my emotional universe. And my rising is my best self. When I'm fully embodied and balanced, the best version of me is characterized and categorized as a Virgo. So in order for me to reach my ascendant, I have to embody the matured and balanced aspects of the Capricorn. That's why I have a real love for y'all. Like, a real love for y'all. Like, one of those. Because I am in love with and dedicated to my self-refinement. The Pretty Penny card just came out while we were talking about that. But before I get to the Pretty Penny, let me finish with the Lights, Camera, Action card that just came out behind the No Direction. So, let me put these over here. Excuse me. 1 to 3 days, no exceptions. So, enjoy the stars, no direction, Capricorn. Remember, this is a lesson, is what Spirit said. This is a lesson, everything that we've been talking about. You needing to trust your gut. You needing to balance your absolutes within. Honor this time frame because life and death, the death and the rebirth is taking place. It's directly connected to your lines and streams of abundance. But don't forget that there is an absolute dis-ease to the energetic and physical body for the Capricorn when you're trying to come forward and assert and officiate yourself with all of what you've been cultivating and working on thus far. So if you come to a place where there is no direction, even though you are trusting your gut and going through this lesson, but still having an opportunity to enjoy the stars and feel the affection with that forehead kiss from the divine, what's coming, remember we were saying something's coming. What's coming is coming whether you're prepared for it or not. Is what this is what I was trying to get to. Whether you prepare for it or not, whether you know the next steps or not, my guy, lights, camera, action. What? Whether you're prepared for it or not, it's happening. It's happening. And it wouldn't happen if, okay, so, and this is so beautiful. So there are two things, right? Prepared is subjective because you're at all times prepared for anything. Everything, everywhere, all at once reminds us that we have, as spiritual beings, as infinite beings, we can at all times tap into our Akashic records, at all times tap into our energetic universe and pull forth what we need to embody and what we actually need to call forward and manifest just by deciding that that's what we want to do because we have that power of will because we are God, right? So you're always prepared. But the mind officiating itself and working with the physical elements to ensure that how you're officiating yourself, how you've developed what you've developed, and how you've manifested and called things in is in a space of preparedness. That's different, right? Because the physical elements are not infinite beings. They're a part of the energetic body of the all. But they themselves are not infinite beings. They are co-creations by and through the infinite beings. So that means that there is room and possibility for dis-ease. So if what you've cultivated and what you're calling forth and what you're coming forward with, your officiation on, is not in balance, then you'll find yourself in a space of possibly not knowing what to do next. But it's happening. Action. Whether you're ready or not. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's talk about this Pretty Penny. I love this card so much. I love this card so much because along my journey, I don't want to say when I had nothing because I'm always abundant. I've learned to watch my magic words. When I felt that I had nothing monetarily, what encouraged me and reminded me that I am always infinitely abundant was walking upon pennies in my day, feeling my pockets empty, but walking in the street and coming across pennies. They, within my experience, naturally found themselves to me. I didn't have to go out and hunt for them. I didn't have to search for them. They were right there in front of me along my natural path. And what that taught me was, not only am I always abundant, and not only can I always draw what I need to me, but I don't have to struggle to gain it, right? So there is a reminder of an infinite and always present abundance that is within us and around us. All we have to do is align ourselves energetically to it. But then there's also another aspect of this, because remember, we're talking about the infinite being. All we have to do is align ourselves energetically to it. But then there's also another aspect of this, because remember, we're talking about the infinite being. The physical being is not as capable or equipped as the energetic being is. It's more like it's in its own process of evolution and, mastery and capability. So I have to, please, 1 second, guys. And, mastery and capability. So I have to, please, 1 second, guys. Okay. Why she was in the zone? I know. I'm trying to tell you. All right. So physical being, energetic, infinite being, pretty pennies. Being, physical being, energetic, infinite being, pretty pennies. It says, okay. I have to go, guys. So I won't be able to get into the personals today. I keep missing opportunities to do the personal. No, you're good. I'll see you closer. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay, we're good, guys. Okay, so, yay. The physical being is not as qualified to instantaneously manifest the same way the infinite being can. So when it comes to the pretty pennies, and when it comes to us manifesting within the physical realm, the things that we desire for ourselves, cultivating, co-creating our heavens on earth, whatever that may look like, we're utilizing physical elements, which, remember, are not qualified the same way as the infinite being is. So there is always room and possibility for dis-ease. The spiritual being can never be in a state of dis-ease because it is absolute. Okay? It's the physical realm and its utility that is not as absolute as the spiritual being. So when we're operating in the physical world, we're utilizing physical elements which have room and possibility for dis-ease. And so the reason I'm bringing that up with the pretty pennies is because when we're operating with our forms of abundance, remember, our pretty pennies are a reminder that there is always a source of infinite abundance around us that we can call forth from within and that we can come across within our natural flow state. But when we're operating with this, when we're utilizing this as a means of trade, when we're utilizing this as a means of attaining resources and other physical elements, there is room for dis-ease. So sometimes we can be handling our forms of abundance in an unbalanced state, meaning we don't have discipline around it, meaning we don't respect money, meaning we are not honoring the fact that we are abundant, that we have an abundance. Like all the ways in which you can disregard your own forms of abundance are present in this card as well, because it's a card of duality. If you can see, my cards have faded a little bit. I plan on fixing them up soon, but until then, just trust me. Anyway, this down here, I even wrote it the wrong way. All right, this one says abundance, right? So if we flip the card and it's this way, it's this way, then it's talking about abundance. But if we flip it and it's in the reverse, then it's talking about discipline. And that's what that word up there says. It says discipline, that you can hardly see. But I've had these cards for like forever. Anyway, we're going to spin the card and figure out which one Spirit is calling forth. And remember, this is coming after lights, camera, action, and no direction. So whether you're ready for it or not, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm going to find you. It's coming. Lights, camera, action, 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 putting forth action. Lights, camera, attention. This is a lesson. Enjoy the stars. Only the stars can hang with the stars. Trust your gut. Remember what this too is about: absolute judgment and all of the things that embody a Taurus. Keep the lines of the web connected. Meaning, like, remember, look at it and the winds blow. Remember all of the fundamental elements of the message, because things will happen. Remember all of the fundamental elements of the message, because things will happen. This is like real time direction. Remember all the elements of the remember all the fundamentals of the elements, because things, remember all the fundamental elements of the message, because things will happen. All right. Excuse me. Remember all the fundamental elements of the message, because things will happen. I also have to show the cards that flew out, because that's a part of the natural occurrence, right? No coinkydinks. All right. So here's this pretty penny. Let's spin it again, because remember we spun it, and like the world shifted. It's upright, so it's abundance. Yay us. I mean, even if it were discipline, it would still be good, because it's like confirmation that the abundance is there and within our realm, within our tangible, utility. So still yay. But the fact that it's something that we don't have to discipline because it's so abundant is really, really, really good news, especially since it's coming right behind lights, camera, action. And remember, we had this money card come out as a second card for the Zodiac read for Capricorn. Remember, we're still on the Zodiac read for Capricorn. This is wild. So Capricorn, the work that you've been doing has been working. The work has been working, right? But whatever dis-ease there is, this is calling for introspection, because the necessary death and rebirth has to take place. Remember, with this Scorpio, we're just reviewing the message really quickly. Remember the message I said before the cards flew. Remember the fundamental elements of the message, because things happen. You said you ending the live soon, no personals? I am doing personals. I thought I was going to have to leave the live soon, but we can actually continue. So, yay, we get to do personals after the Zodiac read. And money is energy, and energy is the time. Time is money. Everything is everything. What is meant to be will be, okay? Whether you're ready or not, what is meant to be will be. It's beautiful. And thanks, guys, for the engagement. All right. So we got good things coming for us. We got abundance around the corner. We have reassurance. We got divine guidance, protection, and provision happening for the Capricorn right now. Capricorn, you're showing up big chested right now. It's giving a little bit of, and don't be offended, because everything I say to you, I say to myself, which is why I'm saying it, because I can feel the resonance. It's giving a little bit of steroid, just a little bit. And the reason I say that is because Capricorn, you're so good at what you do that if you had a due date of the 10th, the 1st through the 8th, you're just looking at small pieces of what you need to address. The 8th through the 10th is when you're actually putting forth the muscle. It's like you've cultivated and gathered all of the necessary tools and just, kind of pinched in, did a little bit of, cover page work. But the real work was put in 8 to 10. And that's why it's given a little bit of steroid, because that procrastination sometimes has to be supplemented when we need to come forth with that full chest, right? Wow. You guys forgive me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So congratulations to Capricorn. Remember, victory was coming out. The chariot was coming out as well. So we're going to do fine. As long as you sign up and commit to the commission. All right. The three cards that blew out in the wind that I now have to show. I'm going to show them all at the same time. Inner knowing, intuition, and discernment. Family. And a gift from the divine. This is all for Capricorn. I'm like, I love y'all, trust me, but I really do want to like switch up. And this is really heavy. This is really thick for one sign. Like, we got almost 20 cards on the table. Anyway, you know, I honor the call. Okay, so inner knowing, intuition, discernment, family, and a gift from the divine. Behind abundance. So behind lights, camera, action, behind enjoy the stars. Like, family, the tools that we need to a gift from the divine. Exactly. Okay, so the tools that we need, I'll just hold this up just so that you guys are reminded of the foundation as I'm walking through this, because this is going to be a little bit of a walk. Oh no, you're good, it's okay. It is what it is. This is the call. The tools that we need to be in a family dynamic, to wow, money is really trying to fly away from us. Like, the only card that escaped was the one with the money on it. First read to the Zodiac specific. We absolutely have energetic manipulation, energetic influence, energetic projection taking place to attack our ability to attain our inheritance, to attain our outpouring. The wind is trying to say something. That is what the wind is trying to say. That we need to pay attention to the fact that we are under attack. Dis-ease is not a joke. There is an invasion taking place, and so much of one that is impacting your ability to generate the very thing that animates you. Remember, we were talking about the power of gold, real gold, and the fact that it is alien to the earth, but is naturally generated within the human body, which means, that means a lot of things that I'm not about to dive into. But the fact that it is following this, or preceding this death and rebirth card here about our own infinite being energy, like, this is not to be played with. That's how this, like, we're having fun, but spirit is very serious. Like, this timetable right in front of justice and loyalty is like not a game. That's 1 to 3 days. I have other cards right behind Scorpio. This is not a game. Even though, like, we are the childlike embodying the new earth energy, we need to take seriously our gifts. We need to take seriously our allotments of abundance, our callings, our responsibilities, right? Whether you remember or not, you took an oath to have this experience. Anyway, before the wind blew, we were talking about these 3 cards that followed the abundance in the pretty pin. Here come the wind again. Listen. I respect the wind. This is really wild. Okay, I think that will work. Put up just like a little barrier. Okay, family. In order for us to, in order for us to be in a balanced family dynamic, in order for us to cultivate a family, in order for us to keep a family together, in order for us to honor the fact that a family is a gift from the divine, we have to be operating. Wow. Something just happened energetically. We have to be operating from the discernment from within. I mean, that's a given. But for it to come out behind pretty penny, lights, camera, action, no direction, and what's coming is coming, enjoy the stars. Utilizing, I mean, this is like a repeat of this, the justice, loyalty, the mind, and balance, having to be paying attention to the decisions that you're making while you're officiating yourself full chest right now, balancing out the absolutes within. But the way that you balance out the absolutes within is by being in tune with your discernment, your inner knowing. You know, because that's what creates an absolute, is when we are absolutely certain. And the only way you're going to be absolutely certain about anything is when you know it's within. And the only way you're going to be absolutely certain about anything is when you know it's within. All the things are taking place. I have to charge my phone, which means I have to take the mic out. So hold tight. I have to charge my phone, which means I have to take the mic out. So hold tight. Okay, so the sound is different. So you guys just let me know if you can hear me. Oh my goodness. 1 to 3 days, I cannot. I really cannot. I have to continue. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, we can. Okay, perfect. Let's just finish pulling this. So it feels like, wow. Wow. It feels like, yeah. Energetic projection. I was doing fine. And then here come the movement. My money flying away from me off the table. I can't breathe. I'm having a cough like every couple seconds. I've been on this live for like almost 2 hours. This is wild. But I'm strong. We're good. It's just wild to see it in real time trying to like do its thing. I just went on a 48-hour fast. It turned into like 40 hours because I just got a little dizzy. But I know that it's possible for me to go that full 32. Is that 32? No, it's 36. 36. Go the full 36. Yes. And so it's happening. And so that energetic opposition is doing all it can, because I got big things coming up. You know, on the 1st, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am the operations manager for an entire restoration network. And on the 1st of September, it's going to be my responsibility to lead and primarily host an entire conference on the matter of tapping into your abundance. And imagine I'm up in there like hacking forward. It's not looking good. So I cannot, I gotta get it together. Look. I love my job. I love being a conduit of magic. I love it. It's like so real. You cannot refute it. That says eyes on the mission. And then, ooh, oh my gosh, guys, look what's happening. If you're here right now, give yourself a pat on the back, because you made it this far, so you get to see what's taking place. This doesn't happen for everybody, guys. Like, dial in to the fact that we can open up communication with our best intended Amahye, our mother, father, to be guided, protected, and provided for in an instant, in real time, like right now. Like, look at what I'm about to curse. Okay, so I'm talking to y'all, walking through why all of this resonates, why it's all important, officiating yourself. Remember, I said on the 1st of September, I have to officiate myself. Everything I say to you guys, I also say to myself, right? Because I'm a reflection of you, and we're all one kind team. And this is all a collective. Even though we can get specific on one person or a zodiac or whatever, pick it up and put down. What resonates for you is for you. So anyway, I'm walking and talking with y'all about eyes on the mission, right? Officiating myself and all of the abundance that's on its way to me because of what I'm doing, because of what you're doing. And then I started talking about how I'm being impacted by energetic opposition, and how like certain things are flying away in the wind, and how I can't even speak at certain moments, right? Look at what flew out. This was 2 cards flew out. This was the first one, Telltale. What do you think of? Here come the wind again. Listen, what do you think of when you hear Telltale? Like information, like tea. Like, let me put you on, right? Oh my goodness, stop, mama. This is a lot for me. This is like, I'm trying to break just this down, please. Imagine. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got 3 more cards. Capricorn, you're in luck today. Okay. So Telltale, energetic opposition. You see that B in the corner? I have another card that says the exact same thing, and it has a G in the corner. And that lets me know whether or not what is coming in or who is coming in is well intended. This is not well intended with the B in the corner. It's not good. And this is Telltale. So this is confirmation of ill-intended energy, energetic projection, ill-intended energetic projection that can show up physically. A physical manifestation of itself wants to come forward because we're in line to officiate ourselves in a very big manner, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Say it with me. It's going to happen, right? This 1 to 3 day release is absolutely taking place because I refuse this, and this is my inheritance. And so this will happen. That's not a question. I can go to bat with my own mind. That's fine. I'm the master of balance, right? I'm the mother of all anyway. Come for me. Anyway. thank you for the telltale. But then the 3 cards that flew out while I was trying to show y'all in real time that, like, we're being informed, we're being provided for, we're being protected. The Spirit card flew out in the wind, I'm so excited. This is me when I feel balanced within my own energy. I feel like a, oh my goodness, I'm a fairy. She was a fairy. Anyway, boom. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. The Fool card. That says new beginnings, pure luck, improvision, and faith. She was a fairy. So Spirit is coming through with the telltale, letting me know that ill-intended energy is on its way and present, and that there is a war taking place, because obviously we are coming full chest. Obviously we shaking some shit up, right? But this Fool card is a card of duality. You see the 2 arrows in the corner? So this can be upright or in reverse. And when it's in reverse, that means that we're not experiencing new beginnings. We're not experiencing pure luck. We're not improvising, and we're not exercising faith. Oh my goodness. I just proclaimed the very opposite. But when we're at war, we can find ourselves on both sides of that fence. Absolutely. Ooh, it came out in the upright. Let's go. Like I said, victory. That's confirmation of victory, right? Because the Fool card, the new beginnings, is a reflection of successfully going through your death and rebirth. Talk about going bad. Pull up. Vaseline. Ding, ding. Cluck, cluck. We're not even done. We're not even done. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Fun. We're having fun. I'm sweating. Oh my goodness. There it is. Look at that. Dance, play, run. After victory, what you do, like this victory dance. After being victorious, you can go ahead and mind your business and continue to be a fairy, dance, play, and run, because that is your natural flow and your allotment, your inheritance, as being generated through this magical realm, this whimsical heaven that we can do whatever in and with. Duh, girl. Look, someone is watching. Of course they're watching. Lights, camera, action. Remember that card came out? Where is that? Right behind no direction. Lights, camera, action. Of course they're watching. We're doing something big. We got a lot of abundance in our trajectory. We have a mission. We have divine gifts and outpourings coming. This card just flew out. Oh my goodness. Let me tell y'all something. I'm so glad you're here, because we're friends now. Because I'm letting you into what's taking place. Let me tell you something. I picked up the cards to start shuffling them out again to see what else would come out. And I got a glance at the card at the bottom of the deck in my right hand. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, nah, I don't want none of that. I'm straight on that. I don't want that to be involved in what I have to go through. Remember, this is a collective, even though it's Zodiac specific. So Capricorn, how you're officiating yourself, how you're showing up, all of these things are applicable. And so is this next card, in some kind of form or fashion. Also, before I show you the card, because, anyway, Okay, I'll say this first. Oh my goodness. So I saw it at the bottom of my right hand, at the bottom of the deck in my right hand. I was like, no, I'm straight. And then I started shuffling. And so after I started shuffling, it's now mixed in the matrix of the cards. I shouldn't see it again. Why is it the next card that comes out? Because I was absolutely supposed to see it. And because Spirit is not playing with me right now. Remember, I told y'all, we're having fun, but this is very serious. This is very serious. The very next card to come out. Stop playing games with me. That was not me that said that. This is the card. If we go back in time really quickly, I'm going to put that down. Remember, this card came out behind someone is watching. Anyway. Ooh, shush. Spirit led me to shush. Interesting. If we go back in time and we look at the early onset of the cards that came out for us, and you can see me like pulling it from the layout. The timetable that we had, confirmation, the timetable that we had to address the dis-ease, that was the first card that came out for us, Capricorn. The timetable that we had to address the dis-ease was 1 to 3 days. But remember, in numerology and energetically, this matrix quantifies and adds variations of meanings to things. So this 1 to 3 in numerology means a number of things, and when you put them together, that 1-3 is directly connected to love. Remember we were talking about that? Because 1 and 3 is 4, which is also the first number for love, which is also a representation of home, which is also the space where we receive our first expressions and experiences with love. And that's also where we receive love for the first time from the originator of love, that being the mother. So when it came out in reverse, saying that not only are we dealing with a 1 to 3 day timetable, but it's in relation to our heart space. I mean, it makes sense for this card to come out, but like anything could be related to our heart space, you know? And so I'm just speaking for me personally. I was open to anything, you know, a variation of things, so that it didn't have to be directly connected to this, but this has come forward, whether I like it or not. Ready or not, okay? So I'm going to be careful about looking at the cards, even though I know that that's not going to keep me from having to address what Spirit wants to have come out. So Capricorn, in some form or fashion, along your experience of officiating yourself during this season and going through your death and rebirth, your heart space is being called forward, and is also and why I like this card, the romance card, is because it's talking about an experience. It's talking about an energy, not necessarily a person, even though it's obviously talking about a person. It's just saying that when we dial into what is really happening with life, it's all a dance. It's all a psychological and cosmic dance with the universe, which means reality is not real. It is a like I said, it's a dance with the universe, with the one that's actually in control. And so we experience romance, is what I'm getting at. And so for it to come out behind someone is watching, that means that our romantic experience is bearing witness to our evolutionary process during this time. Our heart space, our intimate, heart-connected relationships are bearing witness, whether we like it or not, ready or not, to our bearing witness to our evolution, to our death and rebirth. I like it because, like, I'm always come strong armed. You ain't know? I love it. I'm always come strong armed. I might, like, have a moment of but we're gonna show up. Definitely showing up. Anyway, More commissions. I feel like we're almost done. Friendship necklace. Oh, let's go, because we are absolutely friends. You heard me when I said so. Yay. Yup. 1 to 3 days. Yup. Imagine I'm gonna have to go through this whole read. Is there more for this read, Spirit? Are we Cap? Are we Pow on Capricorn? I just got yelled at. Did you see that? Like... Are we done, Spirit? Are you finished with bringing forth? You gotta correct your energy. It's like talking to your mama for real. Mama, are we done? Ma, are you done? No, Mama's not done. There is more to be had. Capricorn, I would like to get to the personals. Oh my goodness. It's all the same. Imagine. Look, I'm running out of cards because they all on the table and there's more. All right, it's all good. It's all good. I'm Pow at 4 o'clock. So I got 1 more hour with you guys. Hopefully we'll have room for the personals, but look. We are still on Capricorn is what Mama said. Stay focused. I tried not to look, but then I saw it in the camera. I cannot like... Okay, if you want a personal, okay, so how I do the personals on live, guys, is I do 1 free one and then I do 3. The first one is free and then the other 2 are donation based. So you just offer up whatever you're feeling, whatever you'd like to offer into the space, and then add you to the list. So Trill, since you're the first one to ask, you get a free read today. Yay. So if we have time to fall in line for the personals, I will pull yours first. All I need is your name and your sun sign. So put that in the comments. And then that way when we get to the personals, you're on the list. All right, 2 cards just came out. First one is Orison. Orison is the ancient form of prayer, is the properly aligned form of prayer, because when you pray, like, there is magic in words. So telling your body, you're telling your mind, body, spirit that you're going into a moment of prayer, and utilizing the energy of the word prayer, plus the etymology and history of how that word is utilized, it brings all of that into the sanctuary of what you're trying to do. And that muddies the waters. Truly it does. Well intended, and all energy is energy. So, orisons are reminders, right? Orisons are reminders of the fact that we are not praying on anything. We're not demanding and using offensive absolutes to call forth what we need. We're not doing that. Orisons remind us that we are already everything that we need, and we are calling it forth from within. So an orison sounds like verbal affirmations and absolutes. I am. This I will have. My day is filled with. May it be. Kind team, right? Those kind of things. And right behind orison we have kiss me. Ooh, okay, I know what's going on. Okay, so earlier this morning, before I got on live, I posted a video. If you guys go to my TikTok page, Magic in Real Time, I'm trying to tell you. Just today, in the same outfit, environment, everything, I posted a video on my love life. And I learned a lesson in the days that I was fasting, I just got off of a 40-hour fast. Remember I was telling you? And I learned within that time, look, oh my goodness, Capricorn, I got you. I learned within that time that affirming, as a matter of fact, I will read it for you guys. That is what we'll do. So I'm a metaphysician. I have studied for years and practiced for years being able to manipulate and understand energy and how it interacts with the mind, body, spirit of the human being. And so I'm able to offer up healing in all of those areas, energetically and physically, mentally, psychologically, the whole thing. And so that makes me a metaphysician. Oh my gosh. And I also use all of the ancient sciences to support my reasonings and my diagnoses and whatnot. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because I wrote in my metaphysician's Bible, which is what we have been using this entire read. I wrote, why would that be an option? I wrote in my metaphysician's Bible. I have a journaling station in the back, right? A journaling station in the back. And then I have the informative station in the front, where we go into the zodiacs, where we go into numerology, we go into phrenology, all the sorts, right? So yesterday, I wrote an orison. I wrote an affirming message inside of my metaphysician's Bible about my new absolute in regards to love. And oh my goodness, stay with me. Oh, yes, orisons, speaking, calling, okay. It's trying to leave me, but it's so important. Here we go. Wait. I did a lot yesterday. I was really on it. Okay, I'm not gonna read the whole thing because like this is my journal. But anyway, it says, are y'all ready? Mind your business. It says, you are in love again. Welcome back. With open eyes and a faithful heart, love forward. Charge on. Your heart energy is pure magic. Have faith that it's so beautiful and powerful that it heals others around you. Have fun with your life now. Put some real discipline around managing your pretty pennies. Remember we talked about pretty pennies. NPC energy can grow if your Taurus is out of balance. Remember we talked about the Taurus and trusting the gut. Right behind balance. Come now, come now. You are her. Kiss yourself for me. You're almost there. Control and nurture your mind. And that was at 4:44 p.m. Stop playing with me. And that's not even the message that I wanted to bring forth, but I don't really want to go through like my whole journal. But basically what I recorded and realized was that regardless to, regardless to any of the insecurities and fears and anxieties around my love life or just my relationships in general, whether or not someone is well-intended and whether or not they have my best interest at heart is like a real thing for me. It's a reoccurring issue in my love life. Me being so happy to exchange and share that type of relationship dynamic with someone that I become naive or dismissive of what is best intended for me, right? Ooh, we're talking out loud. So I came to the absolute that all of that is irrelevant. That the divine guidance, protection, and provision that is on my side is going to be and has to be my main guiding post, regardless to whether or not someone is well-intended. I trust my Amahye, my absolute mother and father, my source, my divine mother, to inform me, to protect me, to guide me, to provide for me when things are not in my best interest. I am her child. She is my mother. I am his firstborn. He is my father. So I have more surety and trust in that dynamic than I am even called to have or need to have in an earthly dynamic. And so I can dismiss all of my insecurities and uncertainties because I have absolute certainty of my relationship with the Most High. On top of that, with the orison in mind, remember that's what we're talking about, the orison and kiss me and why this is so important. On top of that, with the power that's bestowed upon me because he is my father, meaning I'm a reflection of him, let us make in our own image, I have within me the capabilities and the modalities to affect, impact, and influence my reality based on what I cultivate within myself and what I speak with my throat chakra, with another powerhouse absolute. So look at it. So by coming forth with my absolutes, with my affirmations and my orisons, may it be, it is, so I call forth, I am, things will, all the things, especially when it's surrounding my relationship. I can, that's why I was saying go check out the video on my page. That's why I was saying go check out the video on my page, because I found out that in real time I could impact my experience, my love life experience, just by enforcing well-intended orisons every moment that I could, every moment that an insecurity came up, every moment that I was called to tackle an uncertainty, just mirroring it with well-intended absolutes, like changed my entire experience. And it didn't make me feel unsafe or insecure at all anymore. It made me feel like I was on a journey with my mom and dad, having a relationship with another person. And that's really what it is. So Capricorn, because that's what we're doing. We're reading for Capricorn. Capricorn, along your journey of officiating yourself during this time and going through your death and rebirth, when your heart space is called forward, know that your absolutes, your orisons, your power within can create the right intimacy. So I'm doing the right thing, because Kiss Me came out behind orison, romance and orison. So my romantic life in relation to my absolutes, my affirmations from the universal space within me, is equating to affection. So, ain't nobody giving kisses if they're offended. So I'm doing something right. We're doing something right. Intimacy. Into me, you see. Reflections, right? Our relationships are reflections of ourselves. Opportunities for us to enjoy the beautiful aspects of ourselves, but also be shown the parts of ourselves that need evolution, and to be given the grace and love and during that process. That's why I was like, it feels like a relationship with my mom and father going through the process of, being in a romantic relationship with another person in this room. Great mention. And I'm so glad you're still here. Yay. Look at this. The divine feminine coming forward. Now what I said. I'm doing something right. The divine feminine is embodied by the spider, wise, tempered, brave, patient, and elegant. Equating to affection, because you're embodying the divine feminine. You're being patient with how you show up. You're being wise with what you say, how you say when you say it. You're being tempered with how you utilize and move your energy. You're being brave with your transparency and authenticity and vulnerability. You're being elegant in the way that you carry yourself. in the way that you regard the intimate space between the two of you. Well done is what it's giving. Look, mind your business. Listen. Remember, if we go back in time and we look at the bottom row here, remember we had the family card as a part of the abundance that's due, the family dynamic being a gift from the divine. I'm just saying. But this baby card is a card of duality. You see how some of the words are upside down, the top of the bottom? So we could literally be in a space of pregnancy. And this is what happens, like when duality cards come out, when I give personal reads, I'm able to pick up on like stuff like this. But anyway, we could be in a space where we are carrying something, where we're carrying what we've been cultivating within. That makes sense, right? Full chest, officiating ourselves. Or we could be in a space where we're actively giving birth to what we've been cultivating. We are actively giving birth to what we've been cultivating, and that makes sense for this card, for these two. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Whether you're prepared or not is coming. You are actively giving birth to the spaces within your love life and to the spaces within your worldly cultivation. This full body chest energy is doing what it's supposed to be doing. But remember, our first card out was dis-ease. Don't forget, keep the lines of the web connected so that you can remember the fundamental elements of the message, because things happen. Ugh. Don't y'all love it? I love it. This is like my favorite thing in the world. It really is. We're almost there. I can feel it. I'm running out of table. Look. Oh my goodness. You see it right here? I said we're almost there. Cut it out. Cut it out. Thank you so much, Amahye. Mahalo, Amahye. M'ali Nsulukuwama. All right. So I feel like I've been recapping this whole time. I don't feel like, well, I'll do it one time. I'll do it one time because I love y'all, Capricorn. It's a lot of cards, but I love y'all. Okay. So to recap our read for the Zodiac, understand into you, I see. I felt it. Man. I'm so glad. All right, let's recap real quick. Spirit is bringing to our awareness that there is a dis-ease, and it has a direct impact on our ability to cultivate, manifest and gravitate to us our forms of abundance. But right now we're going through a necessary and absolute death and rebirth, and we have a timetable to be able to address and commit to that necessary rebirth, which is 1 to 3 days. And even though it is not primarily around the matter of love, it is involved. Your heart space is involved. So justice, loyalty, the mind, and balance for our Capricorns who are officiating themselves during this time is coming forward. So Capricorn, while you're having to officiate, while you're moving through the experiences of this evolutionary period, you're going to have to bring forth the necessary balance of figuring out where your absolutes are with this justice and loyalty. What will you stand by? That's an absolute. You're loyal to your absolutes. You're loyal to yourself and what you stand by, you know? And then this justice, what are you ensuring is being upheld? That's another connection to an absolute. So Capricorns, during this evolutionary period that you're going through, you're having to balance out and figure out where your absolutes are. And it's directly connected to your thinking, the habitual thoughts that come through, what's happening during that process where you're digesting your thoughts and your mind space, because that's gonna either keep you in a balanced state of perspective or it's going to keep you from a balanced state of perspective. Because you've got big things coming. Remember this money card that fell out here, confirmation with the Taurus, right? The representation of physical abundance, luxury, rest, ease, stability, all the things that we love. And then with this absolute judgment here in the 2, this is the banging of the gavel. It's absolutely yours, right? But you got to trust your gut. Life is multidimensional, and every choice you make affects the path in front of you. That's why this is a lesson. So it's like we're being offered up we're being offered up grace in this process to go through a gracious experiential situation to prepare us for what's to come. Because confirmation, enjoy the stars. Only the stars can hang with the stars. And even though you may not be prepared or know where to go, it's coming. Lights, camera, action. You better put on some eyeliner. Your abundance is coming right behind that. So make sure you're utilizing your necessary discernment, your inner knowing, your intuition, to be able to put discipline around your pretty pennies, or to be able to confirmation, to be able to put discipline around your pretty pennies. Let's go. To be able to put discipline around your pretty pennies, and then also to know how to delineate it, to know what to do with it, to know how to show it honor and respect, to know when and where to invest, where to hold, all the things, all kind ting, right? Family, a gift from the divine. Also, some of the outpourings that are on its way. Family could just be communal dynamics, right? I mean, we got pretty deep in there with this kiss me, romance, and a baby. So, pick up and put down if it's applicable, make it make sense. If not, leave it for the rest of the collective. That's all I'm gonna say. But it is a gift from the divine, and so we're going to be learning hows and whys. A family dynamic, a communal dynamic is a gift from the divine. So congratulations. And then remember to keep your eyes on your mission. That's your whole point. That's the whole point of all of this. And then after we went through that, we got some telltale about the energetic projection. Remember, someone is coming not well intended. Spirit is letting you know that there is a spiritual energetic war taking place, and that it wants to show up in a physical manifestation. So keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. And you have the Fool card here right behind that War card, which means new beginnings, pure luck, improvision, and faith. You're positively utilizing these things, which means this is something in its upright position that we're going to experience. So it's confirmation of our victory after the war, especially with this dance, play, and run card coming out right behind the Fool card, right? Enjoy yourself. Well done. And then that's when we started talking about like our heart space. Someone is watching. Someone is bearing witness to our death and rebirth. Someone is bearing witness to how we navigate all of these changes, all of these experiences, and that someone is directly connected to our love life. And so may we continue to bring forth orison, bring forth our verbal and energetic and heart-spaced absolutes to speak and to will and manifest well-intended things for our relationships and ourselves, because they're going to equate to us receiving the affection that we truly desire. And well done to us, because it means that we embodied the necessary characteristics of the divine feminine. We were wise, we were brave, tempered, patient, and elegant in how we showed up. And now we are actively, ready or not, giving birth to what we've been cultivating. Well done, guys. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for me. And that's that. That was a lot, actually. I'm not gonna hold you. That was a lot, Capricorn. That was a very long walk. But it was needed. And it was beautiful. So gratitude. Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We are at, it is officially 3:31 here where I am. We are at the last portion of our live, which is the personal reads. And we have a list capacity of 3. And Trill is first on the list. And if anybody else would like to be on the list, just send a donation of whatever your heart moves you to, and I will pull cards for you right here, right now. All I need is your name and your sun sign. And so as soon as I get notification that you've offered something up as gratitude, I will also do the same. Mahalo. Thank you so much. Sheesh, we're 5 hours apart. Are we? You're central? Central or mountain? All right. One more time. Time is okay. Time is absolutely an illusion. Just a catalog, just a genre of perspective. All right. Trill. I don't know why I want to call you Trill or Bo. Trill J. I need to tap into your energetic signature. So please offer up the name that is most connected to your energetic physical body and your sun sign in the comments. And I will pull these cards for you. Central. Okay. Tajaya. Did I say that right? Tajaya. Put me on, please. Let me send. Yay! I would love to pull cards for you, girl. Aisha. Tajaya. Help me with the pronunciation of your name, because that has everything to do with the energetics of how I locate you. Please, Trill. Tajaya. Taj A. Tajay. Ah, Tajay. Like Tarjay, like how they say Target, fancy, but without the without the R. Tarjay. So Tajay. Tajay. Yep. All right. Very nice. All right. Tajay. Capricorn. All right. Let me. Tajay. Capricorn. Tajay. Tajay. I see do-rag. Tajay. Capricorn. I see do-rag in the closet. I see sometimes visited do-rag in the closet. I see Tajay. I see clothes. Tajay. I see the no, like the know about the clothes, about possibly the shoes, but more associated with the clothes. Tajay. I see numbers, so math, maybe of financial math. I feel. I see Tajay blue. Chips. Capricorn. Yeah, I see like a if you could put Capricorn on autopilot and eat pizza bites at the same time. So sufficiency, diligence, hard work, ambitious, but on autopilot, because the utility is like first nature. Kind ting is what I feel. Sitting in my do-rag right now, and it's blue in the mirror next to my closet. What the fudge? Stop playing with me. Not oop. Oh my god. Yes, heard that joke all too many times. Oh yeah. For sure. It's not even a joke, it just helps me, you know. Anyway, as I split the deck, I'm so glad for the alignment. I saw Aquarius. Aquarius is like being able to, Aquarius gets all the information first, like all the telltale first, because, you know, information travels in the wind. hence the wind. The air sign, but the water air sign that Aquarius is, meaning like the waves of the air, hence the wind. And so for this to be here, yes, thank you so much. This is confirmation of what I said before. Your Capricorn is in autopilot because it feels like first nature to you, like all of the characteristics of how Capricorn shows up in the world. You feel like you can easily officiate yourself without having to think about it at all. In fact, you're not having to think about it so much that the pizza bites kind of came in, you know, like the comfort food type thing. It's of no struggle, and you have time to enjoy yourself and you know, take care of yourself, hence the do-rag. Anyway, with my eyes closed. Do you see my toothbrush on my t-shirt? Stop playing with me right now. Aisha, you said you sent your donation. Let me check for it, love. Aisha, you said you sent your donation. Let me check for it, love. Princess, watch that come out in your cards. Look at it. Watch it come out in your cards, girl. Thank you so much for the donation. You're absolutely right behind Tajay. My do-rag. All right. Oh my goodness. Let's play. See, this is why people love the personals, because they be like, what? All right. Let me see. Okay, I'll say one more thing that I see. I see shoes with old socks, like the bunched up socks. And it doesn't happen often, but it's sitting there. I don't know. I'm minding my business. Who knows? All right, first card out. You have a first card out here, Tajay. Capricorn. Dance, play, run. Isn't that what I said? You have a freedom because of how. So because it doesn't feel like you're trying, you've been designed by Spirit to have a freedom to just enjoy yourself with your own built-in utilities. And it affords you the opportunity to be authentic. It affords you the opportunity to be spontaneous, to be in touch with your feminine energy, your creative space. Dance, play, run. Not right now, they clean and put up, but that's what I'm giving. That's crazy. So yeah. All right. Why do I keep shuffling? It's so interesting. It's not like me. I usually do a 3 and then build off of that. Oh, you had the enough card come out. That's why I kept shuffling. I'm like, what? Nature is calling at the bottom of this deck. Interesting. Oh, right behind dance, play, run. So you're actually being commissioned, especially after our last two reads. You're being commissioned to like put forth some of that efficiency, like officiate yourself with that full chest energy, like come forth with something that you've cultivated during this time. Like this is almost as if you're being taught about how the energies operate in their balanced state. Remember I said the pizza bites? So Spirit is saying there's a little bit of enough of this. Now it's time to consider what you have cultivated or what you want to cultivate and officiate yourself within that 8 to 10. And that 8 to 10 meaning, like, remember the 1st through the 7th, it's just picking up little pieces of what you know you need to be ready by the 10th. And then the 8th through the 10th is the time where you're actually cultivating, you're actually in the fire, you're actually putting in the work. Yeah, your balanced nature is being called forward. So if you are working on something, or if someone is asking for your seriousness, for you to dial in and tap into that, or work to cultivate something, it's time to do that. Playtime. Just a little bit. This cough just started today. No. I've had it actually for a little bit. for over a week, for almost 2 weeks. And it's been like lingering. But when I went on my fast, it was like I was getting rid of it no problem and quickly. But I got dizzy because I had to do stuff. I had to like use my physical energy. So I got dizzy after like hour 40 and I ate. But I know that I can go 3 days as long as I make sure that I'm in an environment where like all the things that I need is taken care of. I can just kind of get up and use the bathroom. I can shower. I have my coconut water with lime. I have my, clean towels, kind of thing. I need to create an environment where I can dial into my release, dial into my fast, and I'll be fine. I had confirmation of it within our readings today as well. Anyway, Tajay, yeah, your true nature is calling. This Amahye card is also being shown. I didn't try to look at it, but I had to look at it. Part of the fast is crucial. Exactly, it really is. Anyway, the divine feminine mother, the mother of the divine, the absolute, is here after nature is calling. So tapping into your feminine energy. Yeah, remember when I said co-creation, creativity, cultivation. Ah, that's it. That is your read, Tajay. Figure out where you are being called to show up and show up. And it's really that simple. It's like you've had a luxury. You know the things, sir. But your informative window is the Amahye card, is the divine feminine. So if you want to find ways to make it make sense for you of how and where and when you should show up, investigate the characteristics and energies of the divine feminine and how they relate to how you naturally operate and activate those spaces. Spend some time with those spaces. Well, okay then. And I'm done. It is not my job. Exactly. It is not my job to either make something very in-depth or straight to the point. I am here as a conduit. All right, Aisha, thank you so much, Tajay, by the way, for letting me tap into your energy. It was very fun, and you feel very equipped and capable of whatever is being called for you. And until next time, I feel like you enjoyed the space. I'll see you, hear you, again. All right, Aisha. But okay, Spirit, I'm gonna put the knowledge to work. You said make it make sense as a Capricorn. That's my phrase. Because you have to. You have to. That's the only way things feel like it's connecting. As if you guys are on like a train track of an experience. Like, this piece does not fit. Let's try again. All right, Aisha, Capricorn. Aisha, it's giving purple. It's giving, I don't know, I saw lips, like full lips. Aisha, it's giving studious, like books, but in comfort, not in dial-in. It's giving Aisha, Capricorn, circle, well-rounded feminine energy. That's why I got the big lips. That's why I got the full lips. I'm sorry, not big lips, but the very full lips. Aisha, I heard numbers for you as well, but like matrix type numbers. So again, the making it make sense, like things falling numerically into place for comfort. There's a lot of comfort around your energy, Aisha. There's a lot of self-cultivated comfort, like orchestrating things so that you're in a space of comfort, a space of I don't want to say control, but just kind of like double dutch. You're in this, you're in the middle, but you're also with the ropes. So you're in the middle, utilizing your modalities to have fun and play with chance and, you know, spontaneity, but you're also the one with the ropes, using your own abilities to orchestrate the waves of how things are taking place. That's really, especially with a well-rounded feminine energy, that's really powerful of a position, because it's quiet. It's quiet, but it's like the hand for a puppet. but it's well intended, because it's with your own energy, which is why it's more powerful. Aisha, money, passing money in comfort. It's like you have this is just what I'm hearing, I'm minding my business. You pass money, but you pass it in comfort, meaning you give it without expectations of receiving it back, because you have already quantified it is what it is. Oh my goodness, let me pause and just pull your cards. Look, hey, all right. Okay, so your first card out is powerful, yes, but can be exhausting sometimes without the right balance. Absolutely. Your first card out is grace. So I extend and receive is what I hear. You know, the handling the ropes, but still in the middle. So you're in this dance with the universe, but you're also aware of your captain of the ship modalities, which is great. So when you operate from this captain of the ships with your modalities, with your abilities, sometimes the decisions that you have to make are a little heavy. Sometimes there is a little bit of uncertainty, but I feel like you move forward. Remember when I was inspired to mention that full chest, because that's the energy that I got from you. You know, when you came into the room, I felt full chest, like we're here, we're bringing it forward, we're officiating, say what you need to say, kind thing, right? So grace is being poured out for you. Grace is here because there is a lot of, like I said, weight when it comes to making decisions as the one with the ropes and as the one allowing yourself to dance inside the ropes. That dynamic is wild, because it feels like a balance between masculine and feminine energy. So this is spirit saying, even though you don't always have that absolute certainty about making the decisions, you're receiving the most grace, because that dance in the ropes is beautiful. Confirmation, that dance in the ropes is very beautiful. So just allow your second card, time to tell. Just allow time to tell, because you have so much grace that grace allots you experiential knowledge. You have to gain the experiential knowledge in order to ascend, in order to know better, in order to be better. So the grace is poured out for you, so that even if you make a decision that maybe wasn't the quote-unquote subjective best, things will still work out for you, because the universe, because spirit wants to continue to dance with you inside the ropes. That's very beautiful. And so your journey, your learning process is all in the let's find out. Let's stay so dialed into our intimate dance that everything that takes place is spontaneous and is a surprise. Let us find out how powerful and correct you were in the decisions that you made. Or let us find out through spontaneous evolution or, happenstance that maybe another solution was probably best. Whatever the case may be, it feels beautiful. It feels very, like, I'm a little jealous. Just a little bit. Let's see. You are right about money. Money is just a tool, powerful, yes. But in my books, yeah, I be having to make heavy decisions for sure. You are right. I always have people tell me I embody both masculine and feminine in a balanced way. I say, beautiful. I'm so glad. That's why I'm here, to offer up messages from the divine, so that we realize how honored we are and how seen we are and how cared for we are by not only the energies around us, but also the absolute energy within us. It's beautiful. What else do we have here for Aisha, Mama? Oh man, perfect timing. It's 3:51. Do we have any more for Aisha? Yes, there is more. So let's keep pulling. There's more. Look, come on, come on, come on. That's just confirmation that our strings, our lines of the web are still connected. It's very beautiful. Look. All right, one more. Aisha. Lion. Why? Lion. 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 Lion love. Prepare for abundance. Interesting. Interesting. I am Leo rising. Let's go. But remember I said lion love. That's beautiful. That you're Leo. Let's have okay, so a friend card is also a faux card, a card of duality, so we have to flip it, see what's going on. Ah, it's in reverse. Faux. Let's keep going. Lion love is what I said. I said what I said. I don't know why I said it, but I said it. Children. Lion love. Children. It feels like legacy. Hold on. Prepare for abundance. Faux children. Wow. What's going on? Children doesn't necessarily have to be like children. It could be childlike energy. This is interesting. We're digging something up. Hold on. Is there more? No. Okay, so Spirit is asking me to dive into these cards right here before we pull any more. Because I feel that there is more. So this feels like a pause, like a necessary pause. So let's just look at what we got right now. I'm so sorry. All right, so grace. Remember grace and time will tell with that dance plus that officiation. But then prepare for abundance. Prepare for abundance. Behind time will tell is another love letter. This is another love letter. Like, everything you need is already provided for, and everything you desire is absolutely attainable, is what this is saying. Because Spirit wants to stay in this dance with you. Because Spirit wants to stay in this dance with you. The foe and the children, though. It's interesting because the lion love. Let me see. Aisha. I see. Okay. All right. this is a reflection of your feelings. And it's not like you don't like kids. That's not what is coming forth. What's coming forth is that it's not in... What I revealed is something that you felt, so you already knew from feeling, but to have it verbalized and broken down that way opened up a new perspective of what you were experiencing, as far as like the dance in the middle of the double dutch ropes, but also the officiant of the ropes themselves. And Spirit telling you that what's taking place is you're allowing yourself to go, and it feels new but not so new. Please stay with me. But you're allowing yourself to go through this dance, and because of it, this is like Spirit coming forth saying what we've been doing feels good, and as a result, here's a gift. But know that the childlike energy that is being embodied inside of the ropes, and that it needs to be embodied to allow time to tell, is not something that you're accustomed to. It's not something that feels natural and comfortable for you. Hence the faux. You know, like not being officiant, not being sufficient, not being on top of things, not addressing, you know, what comes, not making sure that flow energy is at flow energy time. Like Capricorns can be dialed in that much to where you've, you know, structured a lot of things. And so for you to make room within your previous lifetime experience of structuring things really tightly and taking on a lot of responsibility, to now opening yourself up for this free flow dance, it feels foreign. It feels uncomfortable a little bit. But you know that it's something that you're supposed to be doing. And so you're being seen in that. This is like Spirit saying, I know that this is not like how you move, but that's why I'm coming forth in this reflection, in this way, in this time, to let you know that like this intimate dance that we're having in real time is real, and it can grow to be more dialed in, to be more intimate, to be more exact, to be more sanctioned if you choose. But know that it's coming from you dialing into this childlike energy within yourself. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I do, actually. I do feel it, is what I was saying. Yeah. Spirit, can we pull more for Aisha? Yes. All right, so you've got the Candlework Black Smoke Energetic Projection card here coming out after the childlike energy. So that just feels like a struggle. That feels like energetic opposition, like what we were talking about before, new levels, new devils kind thing. So anytime you're bettering yourself, here comes your opposition trying to keep you where you have been. That's all that card is really saying. Like, know that you're doing something out of the ordinary. You're doing something that feels uncomfortable and foreign. And even sometimes like it's not in your best interest. Like you would be doing better if you were dialed into like officiating yourself. But Spirit is saying, continue on that slow down, continue on that flow, that creative, that childlike energy, even in the midst of energetic opposition. And energetic opposition can show up in many ways. It can show up in other people, like a reflection in other people, their doubts about how you need to move, or perspectives about how you need to move. It can show up in our own thought patterns, our own insecurities and doubts, our own fears, you know, all the ways. So just being mindful of that. Very true. I'm literally in a place of nothingness. My reading going deep, and I love it. Listen, I love it for you. And that nothingness is powerful because it allows you to be in the space of receptivity for everything, especially during this time where you want to do a really good job at officiating yourself. Yeah, write a letter. And this is perfect to come out right behind the candle work, black smoke, energetic projection, because writing a letter embodies you being able to utilize your absolutes from within, your constitution from within, your powers from within, and you write what you will for yourself. You know, so let it be written, so let it be done. So if there are absolutes that you're coming to through this process, if there are ways in which you want to remind yourself to stay in your childlike energy, if there are ways in which you want to remind yourself via mantra or orison that your connection with the divine is real and in real time and is specifically for you, whatever the case may be, write it down. You're being asked to write it down. Write your absolutes down, because writing it encodes the reality of the matrix. And so you'll see less of this and more of a reflection of what you're currently bringing in with being the new version of yourself. It's 4:02 and I'm supposed to be pal, so we're about to finish with your read, girl, and I gotta get out of here. Thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy and for being a reflection of myself. Everything I say to you, I say to myself. Thank you to the Most High for allowing us to have these moments of reflection so that we can be better for ourselves and for the collective at the same time, because we're all connected. Enough. Beautiful. Thank you, girl, so much. And I hope to see you again if you get down with the energy. This is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing. I know today is not Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but I was called to come live. So if you guys want to catch me on live, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the day. And that is it for our personals. We went through the collective, we did the zodiacs, we did the personals. I really appreciate you guys for letting me exercise my magic in real time and being a reflection of that. I really appreciate you guys for allowing me to be authentically expressed. And until next time, mahalers.